NASCAR, or the National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing, has a storied history dating back to the 1940s. It began as a sport for moonshiners who modified their cars to outrun the law, and has evolved into a multi-billion-dollar industry with millions of fans worldwide. The early days of NASCAR were marked by simple rules and regulations. Races were typically held on dirt tracks, and drivers competed in modified stock cars that were largely similar to the cars used on public roads. Safety measures were minimal, with drivers often racing without helmets or seat belts. As the sport grew in popularity, NASCAR began to introduce more safety measures. In the 1960s, the organization began requiring drivers to wear helmets and seat belts. Later, roll cages were added to protect drivers in the event of a crash. The 1970s and 1980s saw the emergence of some of NASCAR's biggest stars, including Richard Petty, Dale Earnhardt, and Bill Elliott. During this time, NASCAR also began to expand its reach beyond the southeastern United States, with races held in locations across the country. The 1990s saw the introduction of some of the most significant changes to NASCAR. In 1994, the organization introduced the Winston Cup Series, which replaced the Grand National Series as NASCAR's premier racing circuit. The 1990s also saw the introduction of the first race car with a roof-mounted camera, which allowed viewers to see the race from a driver's perspective. In 2007, NASCAR introduced the Car of Tomorrow, COT. The COT was designed to improve safety and reduce costs for teams, with a more uniform design compared to previous cars. This helped to level the playing field in terms of car design and made it easier for teams to prepare for races. In recent years, NASCAR has continued to evolve, with a focus on digital technology and data analysis. Today's NASCAR cars are equipped with a range of sensors and data logging systems that capture information such as engine temperature, tire pressure, and fuel consumption. This data is used by teams to fine-tune their cars and develop new strategies during races. One of the biggest changes to NASCAR in recent years has been the introduction of the Car of Tomorrow, COT. The COT was first introduced in 2007 and was designed to improve safety and reduce costs for teams. The COT features a more uniform design compared to previous cars, with a standard rear wing and front splitter. This has made it easier for teams to prepare for races and has helped to level the playing field in terms of car design. Another major change to NASCAR has been the introduction of digital technology. Today's NASCAR cars are equipped with a range of sensors and data logging systems that capture information such as engine temperature, tire pressure, and fuel consumption. This data is used by teams to fine-tune their cars and develop new strategies during races. In addition to technology, NASCAR has also seen changes in terms of the types of tracks used for races. NASCAR races are now held on a variety of tracks, including oval tracks, road courses, and superspeedways. Each type of track presents unique challenges for drivers and requires different driving styles and car setups. Despite its many changes, NASCAR remains a sport that is loved by millions of fans around the world. It has a rich history of evolution and innovation, with drivers and teams constantly pushing the boundaries of what's possible on the track. So the next time you're watching a NASCAR race, remember the history and evolution that has brought the sport to where it is today and enjoy the ride.